Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Shannon. I'm the owner of Outsider Art Shop. Today's video is going to be all about applying gold leaf. So I create jewelry using the soft solder method, which is basically the same as stained glass, except the difference is that it's a lead-free solder to make it jewelry and skin safe. So when I'm creating my jewelry, I don't have the option to use a gold metal. It's always going to turn out silver. The solder is made with a combination of tin and sterling silver. I'll show you what it looks like. This is the piece we're working on today. So I include real butterflies in between 2 layers of glass and solder around the edge. And if you're interested in learning about that, I have all my videos about that, so you can check those out. Every step from the cutting glass, applying the tape around the edge, and also soldering it. So yeah, I have a couple pieces here that I think would look really beautiful in gold rather than silver. This one in particular, I have like a blue lapis in the middle, and the wings have a really gorgeous blue hue in them. And then they also have these yellow, very golden yellow dots with white dots too. So, and I have a second piece here. It's a small little butterfly with brown wings, and the stone in the middle is a Mexican boulder opal. And you can't really see in my lighting right now, but it has a gorgeous rainbow fire inside of it. So make sure I get some good outdoor lighting videos of that later so you can see. So both of these I want to turn gold, and then they'll have like gold chain as well, a 14 karat gold filled chain. That's what I use. So yeah, this video, aside from showing you guys how to apply a gold leaf, the first step I take is I have to protect the glass and the stones from not getting gold leaf on them. And I use a product called masking fluid, which is right here. So I'll show you the whole application on that, and just sort of talk through, you know, how these things apply and any tips and tricks that I can share with you guys. So these actually already have the masking fluid on the front, and it starts off white and it dries clear. And I'll show you the back because I just applied the back after the front dried. And so you can see it still working on drying, and the parts that are clear, it's there, it's just dry. So yeah, that stuff's really cool, and you just peel it off later so we don't have any gold, or we don't want gold. So yeah, check out the rest of this video to see all about gold leaf. So what I have here is a Japanese butterfly called a Sasakia karanda, also known as the purple emperor, even though it is blue. And we're going to set it all up for applying the gold leaf. So first we have what's called a masking fluid, and I have this brand Liquitex. So you can find that on Amazon, which I have linked, or Michael's, or another craft store. And then the gold leaf set, which I also bought on Amazon, and it's linked. So we're starting with the masking fluid, and I have a paintbrush that I just happen to have for acrylic paints. So you can use about anything. These are the kind of bristles that I prefer, the sort of plasticky ones that don't separate too much. I like that for this step. So I'm applying the masking fluid, and it's a pretty thick liquid. It is somewhat similar to like an Elmer's glue or a Mod Podge, and it applies very easily. It doesn't run or spread or get away from you, really. It kind of stays in one place until you push it around. And so I start in the middle, and it starts to dry pretty quickly. So I try and work kind of quickly and work like one area at a time. So, but this time I actually just kind of poured it all into the middle, and then I started pushing it around to the edges. I learned that for the next time I start applying it, I'll just push it to the edges like first in one spot and keep moving all the way around, just because of how quickly it dries, just to kind of work on it patch by patch. So I really want to get all the glass covered, and so I push it till it's like pretty much going underneath the solder a bit. And so that's basically it. I'm just going to go around and I'm going to do the 2 wings on the front, and then I also do the whole stone as well. So we have to wait for that to dry, and I can tell when it's ready to flip and do the backside when everything is completely clear. And I'd say this took around half an hour to 45 minutes. So once that half an hour and 45 minutes is up, then I can turn it around and do the backside, and then again waiting another 40 minutes for the back to dry before I could move on to the actual gold leaf part. So all in all, this whole process, there's a lot of wait time in between all the steps because the gold leaf also has a bit of wait time happening. So I like to pull this out and do this while I have something else to do, whether it be another project or laundry or whatever. So moving on to gold leaf, the first step in this is to use our gilding adhesive. So this comes in the box. And again, this is very similar to Elmer's glue, and it is just a glue. So yeah, and you can see how clear that glass is. We can't see that masking fluid at all. But so as I'm applying this gilding adhesive, I'm just getting over all of my silver, and I'm not too concerned if I spill over onto the glass because it's not going to matter and peel away after. So I really can only do like the front and the sides, and I have to, again, flip over and do the whole back, another application. So per the instructions, we have to wait 15 minutes after applying that adhesive before actually applying any of the gold leaf. So I spend that 15 minutes doing a little prep here, and I'm just cutting up strips of the gold leaf so that way I can have the right shape to apply to the outline. So I am laying down the strips. The 15 minutes are up, and you really do have to wait that amount of time or this just isn't going to adhere correctly. It's going to just like lift off. So it, it has that time to create like a bit of tackiness, I suppose. So as I've added the strips, the kit also comes with this white brush that I'm using, and I just use that to sort of burnish in all of the gold leaf and make sure that all the flaky bits get stuck down really well, and lots of bits are going to flake away. So this is a little bit of a messy craft, so make sure you're set up for that. And once we're done with the front side, we're going to go ahead to step 3, which is applying a protective seal. And once again, this is very Elmer's glue-like sort of stuff, but all of this is obviously made a little differently for different purposes, but they do all kind of look the same, this white. So I take this liquid and I put it into a spray bottle that I happen to have that came with like some cosmetics or something, and I cut it down with a little bit of water. I usually do about 2 parts of the glue and 1 part water just to thin it out so that way it can spray very evenly and not come out like clumpy. So I end up spraying like a pretty good amount. I want everything covered really well with this sealant since I'm using it on jewelry. So we're at the last step, and I've let that sealant dry for quite a while. I didn't touch it for several hours, and now I want to peel away the masking fluid. So I'm using an X-Acto knife just to make sure I'm cutting a crisp line at the crease, kind of at like the seam of the silver in the glass, and it does just sort of lift away as you start going, and then just sort of clean up. There's going to be any little bits of gold left over that do kind of still stick to the glass. I usually, after I'm done peeling everything away, you can clean up with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip and get it real clean that way. So that is about it. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in more stained glass tutorials, check out my other videos. I have glass cutting, foiling, and soldering, and it's all specific to jewelry. So go check those out. But before we go, let's just take a look at the final product. So here are the two completely finished, and look at that opal shining. I love how these turned out. They're so beautiful with the gold chain. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!